we're kind of packing the deck, as you speak, picking the students who are going to be best suited for giving back to their community, and that's what rural health care is all about.
We want people who are going to go out there, are going to have an active clinical practice, who are going to participate and take care of the underserved in the state of Georgia.
It's not enough just to say, well, I went and shadowed a physician. We want to know that you were involved in a reading program, that you worked with big brothers and sisters.
If you're looking for that small, personal atmosphere, you're going to get it at this school.
Being here for the 3 years that I've been here, I just can't imagine having gone anywhere else.
I knew there had to be something good about this school. When I got rejected, I came crawling back for more because the interview was so wonderful.
We celebrate baby showers together, engagements together, weddings, and everything, and it's just, you know, I have 60 new best friends all of a sudden.
You always felt like you had support. You always felt like someone was your cheerleader or encouraging you along.
Because we have a different kind of style of teaching, teamwork and cooperation and collegiality is very important characteristics for each applicant.
That inhibits prolactin. So what you're doing with there is you're blocking right.
It's very intense in the tutorials for 3 hours. You have 7 or 8 students, one director of learning or one tutor, and they can run, but they can't hide, and you want them to participate.
It takes a little getting used to, you know, if you're not a very talkative person, but, you know, I've adjusted and I enjoy it, and I think, you know, it's a great learning style.
We get cases of actual patients who the tutors and professors have seen in their practices, and we get to actually apply the knowledge.
It's definitely a self-paced process. You have to go home and sit down and force yourself to study, to get all the pages read, to pull out the necessary information and to synthesize it.
So it's a muscarinic antagonist.
It's just like a roundtable type discussion. You just talk about your opinions and what you read, and people get up and teach stuff to the rest of the group. You know, it's very non-confrontational.
But you're right, the end result is decreased.
So because they're working as a group a lot, the students have this attitude, I want the whole group to succeed, and they want their whole class to succeed.
And we work together very closely for 9 hours a week in a very interactive environment.
Professors and instructors here have that open door policy. If you're having trouble synthesizing that information, you can go ask a question anytime and get that explanation and help connect those dots.
It is the best way to learn medicine, as you relate it back to the patient, as you discuss it in small groups, as you become a member of a team, because healthcare is all about being a member of a team. And when you relate it back to the patient, what you do is you really cement that learning, and it's something that you remember 20, 30 years later, that particular patient, that particular problem, and all the pathophysiology that goes with it.
You walk onto this campus and you hear about, you know, certain positions that we have, Dr. Walker, Dr. Tift, Dr. Russ. You know that they really want you to succeed, and you know that they really want you to do well, and they want to train compassionate physicians.
Dr. Kocher?
It always was an open door policy. I mean, if we had a question, if we were having a certain subject area we were struggling with.
Biochemistry is close to threshold.
Even on the weekends and Saturdays, Sundays, they're up here, and you can just, there's no appointments. You just go by and you peek your head in the office and see if they're in there, and then you just walk in, and whatever they're doing, they're just going to drop and talk to you.
They're extremely approachable. I have a number of their cell phone numbers. I've been over to some of their houses for dinner. If we ever need some kind of lecture given, even though we don't do lectures here, they'll be happy to do one for us if it's a topic that we're struggling with.
From the very beginning, it's not, I'm the professor and you're the student. It's, you're my future colleague, and I get to help move you from point A to point B so that you can be a better colleague when you get there.
One of the great things about Mercer is you get to start working in these places right from the beginning. So starting your second semester of your first year, you get to start working in doctor's offices, which is very unique as far as med schools go, because most times you don't get to do that till your third year.
If you just want to get down into the clinical aspects and get patient experience, this is where you want to go. Within our first year, we're taking histories, we're doing physicals, we're listening to breath sounds, to heart tones.
Really just kind of see what the day-to-day is like, work with them, you see patients. It's an opportunity for you to see real patients that are really sick by yourself for the first time, which is unbelievably intimidating the first time. You don't think it would be till they ask you to go in and they hand you a chart.
Once you get past step one, your first 2 years, and you go into your third year, Mercer students definitely have an advantage over students at any other school. We've already had this patient contact. We've already learned how to interact.
Our first lesson was how to deal with difficult patients. And one of the first patients I saw as an actual patient on community medicine was an unmedicated bipolar patient who was extremely upset, had thrown the nurses out, and the doctor actually made me go in there before him and see the patient, and I was able to basically just deja vu. I went in there, I'd seen this same story before, I knew how to talk him down, and I was able to get the vitals and everything that the doctor needed before he came in, and I think I was well prepared for that.
They have set me up with a physician in my hometown in Fitzgerald with a practice of 3 physicians, and they all were Mercer graduates, which is awesome because they all believe in kind of those same fundamentals of caring for their patients, serving the underserved, and you can just see the passion in their eyes and in their heart for the people that they take care of every day.
You don't have to practice in the sticks if you don't want to. If you want to be in some place like Macon, I mean, this whole state is underserved, so as long as you go somewhere you're needed, that's the true mission of the school.
There are state medical education loans where students can participate from the first year, get some tuition relief in exchange for service in a small community as defined by the state when they finish their training.
The proof is in the results. Mercer often says or speaks about promises made, promises kept. When it comes to the Mercer University School of Medicine, they made those promises, they've kept them, they've fulfilled them, and the end result is that we have hundreds of physicians practicing in this state that might not have been here otherwise.
Being here at Mercer really nourishes that, serving the underserved, listening to your patients, really feeling what it feels like to be a physician and caring for somebody. They really, really build that and make that a center of your practice.
The mission is primary care, serving rural and underserved citizens of Georgia.